like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I'm not a huge gamer, right? I'm not and I'm not good at it when I game. That's the key to finding out what I do a lot of. If I'm good at it, I'll do a lot of it, right? If I'm not good at it, not so much. But I'm not a huge gamer, but it does kind of lean into my kind of like geeky genre, stuff that I like doing. And there's some games I do enjoy. Last of Us, the first one of that, really, really great. And like a good game with a good plot, I do enjoy. I've always found it reasonably tragic that Doctor Who has never had a good video game. There was that a ZX Spectrum one. It must have been in the late 90s. Because it had, the late 80s, because it had Sylvester McCoy's Doctor in it, which I thought that was quite good. I wish somebody would put that online somewhere so you can, like an emulator of that. And there was a cheat code where something of like Roger Moore and Sean Connery had to type in that. I can't remember what it was. Or like James Bond, or something like that. You have to type in and it'll give you like God mode or something. I really can't remember what it was. But I always thought it was tragic that Doctor Who had never produced a really good video game. I thought there's a lot of scope there to do it. It's just it's never been done. I think the closest you ever came was those Matt Smith ones the BBC put out for free, which I thought were really quite good. So that put that in one box. The next box, I want to look at it is virtual reality. I love virtual reality. I think it's again, I'm not a huge gamer, right? I'm not a massive gamer, but I like the technology. I like the us as a species moving forward, being able to breaking new ground. Now, I don't think it worked. I don't think it came together. I think it's a thing of the past. It's a bit of like an Edsel looking back, which is a real shame, right? If you've never done anything virtual reality, I'll talk about it in a second. So yeah, obviously I wanted a Doctor Who virtual reality video game, and I thought all my my wishes were answered. And then I saw how Jodie Whittaker front and center in it. I'm like, not for me, I guess. Not for me. I'm not paying $50 or whatever, 80, however much they charge for these games, to hear more Jodie. Like that's really the sign that Jodie Whittaker of how successful she is. How good is she behind a paywall, right? Yeah, I did a story this week about her charging £220 for what was it? I saw a photo, autograph, and I can't remember, a dog tag maybe? It was kind of crap. It was kind of crap. Capaldi had a much better one for roughly the same price. He had more. But yeah, I would love to see how well it goes behind the paywall. I mean, when they did that, the action figure of hers, did it really sell? Did it? No. And they did like the Big Chief action figure of it. They couldn't. I don't think they crowdfunded enough. I think the BBC probably put some money in because it'd be very embarrassing to see how bad it's going to go. That being said, this is a complete aside. I would love there to be a documentary somewhere of following Jodie Whittaker around as she goes to that convention, right? And she interacts with fans for the first time and find out that life isn't like Twitter, right? Life isn't like the reality of Twitter, and she'll probably retreat to retreat to Twitter. Fine. So I saw these two so going back to the virtual reality game thing, I saw two really interesting articles back to back. In the Scottish Sun. I didn't know there was a Scottish Sun, but apparently there's a Scottish Sun. And one is a interview of the people, Maze Theory, who made this virtual reality video game. Which I think, wow, okay, what were they thinking? Like, I think they started work on it before anybody saw her, so I thought she'll be good. I think everybody thought nobody thought she'd be this bad, right? Don't go this badly. So they're kind of saddled with her, but then they've done more of them, and they keep putting her front and center. I don't understand. Know your market, okay? Before you start trying to sell, know who your market is. So we got that interview we're going to read through together, and then we got the review of it in the same publication, and it's not a very favorable review from what I can tell. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? That'd be fantastic. Thank you much. Can you hit the share button? Even fantastica, if that was such a word. Share, subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, wherever, hit that subscribe button. If you're subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube do liberally unsubscribe people to me. They very liberally do that. So like, share, subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. Comment is great, and sign up to my Substack in the video notes. I think this is going out on Saturday. So Substack is an email newsletter. I send out notifications of all my videos that go out. I also put out comic books on there. I'm going to put out more stuff when I have time. I wish I had another 20 hours in the day. I could get so much more done. I really don't want to do more of this stuff. Like but I put comic books out there. The Ice Warriors goes out on Sunday. It's like a one-page strip. I'm coloring those. I'm really quite happy with how they're coming out. And then on Fridays we're doing only for a few weeks a thing called Red Ghost. That's going to move to, there's a paid version of it. It's $5 a month for the paid version. If you want to support me, that'd be fantastic. I'm not going to stop you doing that either. I really haven't started plugging yet, but so yeah, the next job I do after I finish recording this video, I'm putting together an email for the paid Substack where they're going to get a unexpected comic strip, because I like to get them more. And also got my new thing, Crown the Empire. I'm going to be debuting on that hopefully this month, if I can. It's all about putting together the marketing materials. Like the trailer's done, I just got to cut it down and make it into small trailers. There's a whole bunch of stuff, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff. Wouldn't it be great if I had a whole staff to work with this? But I don't. So anyway, that's what's happening with me today. Like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack, all those things are good. And let's have a look at this story, all right? Let's have a look at this interview. Hang on, I've got to open it up. We go. There you go. Doink. It's a TARDIS thing. Main series has gone a bit traditional in their third Doctor Who game. This is their third one. I mean, I'm imagining the setup of them is the major expense, and I think they're probably trying to recoup losses at this point. Honestly, I think you put Jodie Whittaker's face on anything, it's absolutely gotta be the worst thing ever for sales. I mean, if you're selling to Doctor Who fans, she's just not very popular. They always put her with David Tennant, right? When they can't sell anything, they slap David Tennant on. The comic books have done that over and over again. Like, oh wait, let's put David Tennant, and then they just gave up putting Jodie Whittaker on anything. Right now, it's I think they're doing one with the 8th Doctor and Rose, I think. I don't know. I really genuinely don't know. I don't really follow it because it's the same creator team they got for the Jodie comics, and they're not very good. Yeah, that as an aside, you know what? The dream the game I've always dreamed of, the virtual reality game we're doing. By virtual reality, freaking incredible, right? It's absolutely tragic. It never took off. Do I have one here? No, you could get a cardboard headset for like $15. They're like absolutely nothing. You put your phone in it, and it works, right? It just like it absolutely is virtual reality, right? So I thought it would take off. No, absolutely not. So, and it's really tragic because it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So the only place I think that makes money with it is porn, which is again tragic. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy if somebody's making a living, okay? But it's tragic. The storytelling possibilities with this is mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. There's when it first came out, I got the PlayStation VR. Actually, my wife got it for me for a Hanukkah present. And there's like this Batman game I play. And again, you feel like you're on the rooftops of Gotham. It's absolutely mind-blowing, right? It genuinely feels like you get dizzy from 30. It's crazy how clever, how clever it is. But it never took off, so they never advanced the technology to make it cheaper and easier. Right now, if I want to play virtual reality, I got this big cable. I got to be like 3 feet from the TV. It's not very good. I mean, but I assume they'll be improving it. No, because there's market there. Even the porn doesn't make it work, right? Even the porn can't. If porn can't sell it, no one can sell it. And again, absolutely tragic because it's fantastic. What I would have loved to have seen, right, is a game where they release it monthly, and each month you're with a different Doctor, right? I don't think it's a good idea being the Doctor in a video game. I think being a servitor of the Doctor in some way, because you want to interact with the Doctor. So I think it'd be cool if they did different Doctors for each chapter game and release one a month, and you could have like. And then if you went to like a William Hartnell one, it could be in black and white, right? And I assume they would do it properly, so it would feel like, you know, traditional Doctor Who. Honestly, Big Finish. Big Finish are the ones who need to develop it. Not so much on the script, because if they do the script, it's going to have a stunning and brave bi transgender assassin bounty hunter from the future, or something like that. They can't help themselves, right? They can't help themselves. So anyway. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Like each month, then maybe one month you could do like a master one, and you're in the masters. Yeah, there's a lot of scope for it. But alas, because of the people we're seeing on the screen right now, we're never ever gonna see anything that good, right? We're never gonna see anything that good. Man, I would like to see not a virtual reality not game, but a virtual reality episode. I mean, we won't see it because the technology never took off. But let's have a look at it. It's a TARDIS thing. Main series has gone a bit traditional for the third Who game. Well, there's still got Joji on the front. I wouldn't hold your breath. Few franchises are as long running, loved, and have the sheer size of Doctor Who. Well, yeah, but like as long running and loved as it was, it really couldn't stand up against the brick wall that was Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall. No matter how successful something is, the Whittaker Chibnall wall of death is like that. Not many things can get over. In fact, nothing, I would say. Even the current run of the BBC series isn't thrilling every... even if the current run of the BBC series isn't thrilling every fan, it's not thrilling anyone, right? The actual series isn't thrilling anyone. The idea that that women are an oppressed underclass in society, and a woman being Doctor Who is a sign they are overthrowing the awful male patriarchy shackles, right? Yeah, the sign is a sign, and they're really happy about it. Not because the episodes are very good, because they're really not, right? They're really genuinely not. It's just because of agenda, right? And what's that agenda about? The agenda is about gender, which is kind of a strange way to live. But yeah, it's not thrilling everyone, is it? No. I don't think it's thrilling anyone. And yeah, honestly, the proof of that is the best episodes they've done are the last 6 episodes. The Eve of the Daleks and Doctor Who Flux, all of which awful. All of which I don't think that was a recommendation. Okay, it's the best they've done. And they're getting their worst ratings. Why? Because they've alienated everybody. So yeah, that must have not been great news for the people at what's it called again? Maze Theory, right? So it's no surprise that it's grown far beyond just TV and fueled an expanded universe across media, including a number of games over the years. They've all been bad, right? They've all been bad. You know, the best, but I think my favorite one is still Destiny of the Doctors, because they had that really cool anti-alien film stuff in the middle of in the cutscenes, right? I like that stuff. I really like. I think that's on. I believe. Which disc? What disc is that on? I think that's on the Paul McGann movie disc. You have all those little bits. I think. With the Maze Theory is the UK studio behind the current crop of titles, and they've just released their third Who-based game, The Edge of Reality. We were lucky enough to grab a chat. You were lucky enough! Agree with me, they're trying to promote it, okay? They're lucky enough to grab a chat with the studio director, Russ Harding. Russ, how did it go so wrong for you, right? How did you not get me, a massive Doctor Who fan, one of the few people who actually has a PlayStation VR and an interest in virtual reality, not to buy your game? Like, how did you screw this up so badly? Because, you know, I think the world wants to know. With Russ Harding. What it asked was like handling and creating content in such an established universe, as well as getting Scott's Dr. David Tennant to reprise his iconic role. I think they just offered him money, right? I think that's what happened. I think they went to his agent and said, "We will pay you to voice this," right? And you know, voice work is like he quite likes doing. By the way, Round the World in 80 Days. I'm recording a review of that next. Freaking awesome. Absolutely awesome. Love that. David Tennant is worth every penny anybody pays him. Why? Because you watched something with him in it. Same with Matt Smith. The only reason I watched The Crown, because Matt Smith was in it. The only reason. He earned his money right there. I mean, assuming that, budgets are made to get me to watch something. But I assume I represent a reasonable demographic. What made you want to make games in the Doctor Who universe? Money? Are you big Whovians? I'm gonna say no. Right? I'm going to say no because they put Jodie Whittaker on the bloody front. Unless it was an edict from BBC. We wanted to find a story that really put players in and that would create unique stories. Okay, unique stories in. Okay, what? That's terrible. Right, okay. We only wanted to find a story or world we could really put players in and that would create unique stories in. So we were looking for something that had that sort of scope that would allow us this opportunity. Okay, fine. We have been brought up by Doctor Who and its huge universe. Have you really? Okay, so both these people look like in their. Well, the older guy, he looks a bit younger than me, maybe about 45. Yeah, okay, fine. So he might have caught the tail end of Doctor Who. Younger chap, I think he's in the Wilderness Years, right? I think he's in the Wilderness Years. So I think they know of it, right? I think they knew of David Tennant. I think they knew it as same. I think much said Jodie Whittaker, maybe more than Jodie Whittaker. No, I don't think anybody could have known less about Doctor Who than Jodie Whittaker. Even after being told what Doctor Who was over and over again by one of the most successful Doctor Who's, David Tennant. Fine. So we brought up Doctor Who, so we're really excited to have a go at pitching idea to the BBC. To be fair, Marcus Moresby, one of the creative directors and founding and studio founding partners, built a really simple VR demo that captured the spirit of Doctor Who. I would love to see that, and that's where I think we really connected with us and engaged, seeing that we would be sensitive with the story. So they did a demo, and the BBC liked it. That's what happened, right? I guess I would love to see that demo. Would you say that team likes to take risks with the platforms you release on? Doctor Who Edge of Reality, the VR title, and Doctor Who Lonely Assassins is a mobile game. None of them seem to be taking any risks when they're pushing the medium, right? When we went in VR, we really wanted to put you within the show. With Lonely Assassin, we thought it could have been a VR game or flat screen. But we thought it was interesting to have it based as a mobile title using your phone. Okay, I know I know what a mobile title is. Again, I'm too old. Again, when we look at Edge of Reality, we really want to push the story forward, but be more flat screen. Man, okay, these people should talk to normal human beings more often because I have no freaking clue what they're going on about. Okay, but I mean, like, how was the other one not so flat screen? But yeah, listen, I love this. Like, the picture of them entering the TARDIS. If it wasn't a Dodie TARDIS, I would have been interested. But no. Again, so it all feeds back into the new titles and how games connect with the player base. And what we feed into future games, as it has been allowed us to actually exercise ourselves a little, if anything. Okay, he's talking gibberish, right? I mean, I guess that's why the BBC liked him. People talking this corporate gibberish really gets you a long way in business, right? Being able, with conviction. Yeah, look, this is how this awful Doctor Who got made, right? Chris Chibnall talking gibberish, right? And we just went through it. So how is that answering the question? I know nothing about if they are they big Whovians? That was a yes or no. No is the answer, right? No is the answer. They made a demo for the game. Okay, fine. Oh, cutting through the bullcrap. We're talking about having such a large fan base. Not anymore, mate. Not anymore. Has this passionate community helped shape the game? Is there anything that links the three games together? I don't know. I dare say the marketing team will think about that as narratively, as they are loosely linked together anyway. There's always a little knock to them in each game. Okay, for us finding the media to tell the story and then bring the audience, you can't deny in this day and age that the community plays a huge part in the franchise. Really, because as far as I can see, the Jodie Whittaker years have been all about excluding Doctor Who fans from the Doctor Who community, right? So I don't think we've been told for over and over and over again, oh, white man, oh, your time's over. We've broken the glass ceiling. You're not part of the community, right? You're only part of the community if you share their insane ideas on identity and politics, which are, again, insane. Literally insane. I heard a quote from 1984 the other day. Was it yesterday? Really chilled me, right? Really chilled me. I was talking about how the state will the state will change reality as the facts change as the state needs them to, and I'm just it's so chilling because that's exactly what happens today, right? As people need different things, they just change facts. Like used to again. Now, I think in England as well, the idea of having voter ID is being told is racist. And 5 years ago it wasn't, right? Weirdly enough, the places with the most stringent voter ID laws in America, which have been said to be the most racist, right? The most absolute racist, are also like that'll be Texas and Florida, that would Georgia, they're also the states with the highest participation in elections of Black and Latino communities, for what want of a better word. So being able to connect with them and help develop your story is also really important too. Again, mate, that picture on the cover is a huge disconnect, right? You don't know, this guy clearly knows nothing about Doctor Who. Clearly knows nothing about Doctor Who other than they can make money off it. And you could have done had the central program not been unwatchable garbage, right? So being able to connect with how have you connected with them? Really? If you connected with them, it would have been a Capaldi game, wouldn't it? It is Doctor Who game, so you have to create content within that world. But is it seen as canon across the wide Who media that is being created? No. Okay. Even the Doctor you're showing isn't canon. No, is the answer to your question. No. I don't know, to be honest. It's really hard to tell. You don't know because this guy, once he loses his job making games, he can go and write for Screen Rant. That's how little he knows about Doctor Who. As we do pass content through the team, it's the same for everyone developing anything for the franchise. They are a definite connection. Yeah, they got to approve everything you do. Which is probably why again. But again, I think they look for people who speak the same corporate bullcrap as they do. Because I don't really know what's happening with the show. I don't know where our input and ideas may lead. Okay, nobody really knows what's happening with the show, other than this is being retconned away, I think. We are always thinking about the future content and how to connect that to the larger tale, but I don't get a sneak peek at what's coming. Nothing's coming, okay? It's all done already. I don't think the people... So, again, this is just a corporate suit who knows nothing about Doctor Who, doesn't care about it in any way, thinking he landed a good deal because on paper, I got virtual reality rights to do game, for Doctor Who. Oh, that's going to make money, right? Yeah. This is why every franchise is failing, because it's run by people like this, right? Every franchise is even Boba Fett, right? The Book of Boba Fett, which it was. Some were optimistic about because it was supposed to be more Jon Favreau than Kathleen Kennedy. It's garbage. Okay, it's absolute garbage. I don't know. We're always thinking about what's coming. I don't even think the people at BBC get that. There's a lot of secrecy around it. Yeah, yeah, why? Like, who are you protecting these secrets from? Nobody gives a shit, Chibs, right? Literally, I mean, honestly, not literally, figuratively. Most people don't give a shit. But creatively, I think we do inspire each other. Well, why? You go, Chibnall is really, really shit, so you try and be really, really shit as well. It's hard not to, as we're all on in the same creative team. Again, so far, I have seen absolutely nothing that suggests this guy knows anything about Doctor Who. This picture here looks like it's from an iteration of Star Trek, right? It looks like nothing to do with Doctor Who. Doctor Who, Edge of David Tennant back as the 10th Doctor. Why did you choose him over any other title? Money! Okay, because people... We looked in our spreadsheets and we saw more people liked him and he said yes, right? I don't think it was actually about popularity. Bullshit! Okay? Bullshit! It's about a story point. Okay, so now the story is garbage because he's lying and he's full of crap. It's all about a story point. And we wanted to grow that linked the 12th and the 10th Doctors, so it was a natural fit. What? A fit to the tale for it to be the 10th Doctor. What? Even the English doesn't make sense on that one. Let's read that again. I don't think it was actually about popularity. It's about a story point that we wanted to grow that linked the 12th. That's Capaldi's, right? Yeah, and the 10th. So it was a natural fit to the tale for it to be Tennant's Doctor. What about the 12th? It wasn't really the case that we could. It wasn't really a case of whether we could get past Doctors like Tom Baker and the like. It was really story driven in the end. Really, I just don't believe you. Okay, really, I just don't believe you. We were not going to bring a random Doctor in for the sake of having them there. Yes, you were! Okay, because Jodie Whittaker doesn't sell anything. She's the anti-Viagra of sales. No, okay? It had to make sense, so it had to be the 10th Doctor. Everything this guy says is a lie, okay? Everything this guy says is a lie. They don't really use... what's the question? We're creating titles in such a rich and evolving universe, which they know nothing about, right? Nothing about whatsoever. How do you access... I mean, God, the billions of dollars in developing virtual reality, the absolute genius involved in creating it. And it is genius. I recommend you go try it out. It's really incredible. The absolute genius in creating it in the hands of morons, in the hands of corporate clowns, which is what this guy is, right? It's unbelievable. We created some titles involving how much access do you get to the source material? He just told you nothing. Does the BBC try and test new ideas with characters and locations, see how fans react? No. Okay. You don't need to test anything, okay? Because the fans hate everything you're doing, Chibnall. Okay. If Chibnall's doing it, the fans will react badly. Why? Because Chibnall's doing it. Okay. That's why. They don't really use us as a testbed to see what is popular with the fans. What we do is look over the past and see what would be most interesting content to bring to our stories. They look over spreadsheets for popularity, okay? That's what there's no creative spark going on here. Oh, it's all story. No, it's not, okay? It's not. You give it to your story writing drone when the money men have looked through the spreadsheets and said, and given them like this laundry list. We want this, and this. Put it all together, please. But again, normally this works fine when your central franchise isn't in the garbage can, isn't in the gutter. When it's in the gutter, not so much. Dare I say it? There are some things from the series history that would be great to bring back that some people may have forgotten. Some may have forgotten, but that's where we work with people who are educated on the show and the universe. Okay, so not them then, right? To be fair, I would say the BBC are more open to us bringing new stuff into the mix, because if you think of how Doctor Who is written, very, very, very badly, everyone who develops content within the universe brings something new to them. Yeah, okay. Chibnall bought Absolute Disaster. That was pretty new. So I don't think they road test, but they let us play more and expand things as we want, because they have no idea what's going on. Right? They have no idea what's going on. Do you ever think we would make a... Do you ever think you would make... No, I think, did you ever think you would make 3 Doctor Who titles? Were there plans to have an overarching tale run through them? Oh my God! I mean, like, really? This is the same question. They said they kind of touch each other, but not really. I suppose we have to approach each game as a session in our stories. Oh God, I hate every word they use. As a session, and our stories are quite deep, as they cover a large period of time. And usually for Doctor Who, our story carries as one arc over, because often each episode in the show can be quite freestanding and doesn't always have a big arc. So it just happens that the chaos and the time in the games is really a good way of exploring the wider universe. So probably, I'm going to make a guess, this game wasn't even in development until maybe the first season of Jodie went out, right? That's my guess. And again, look at all the monsters they're using. These are all old designs, right? They're not using the... Okay, so yeah. So it wasn't done late enough to use the Cybermen designs from season 12, which I think are the best Cybermen designs. Okay, so I think we see how this disaster has happened. Right, so he's answered that. What does the future hold for the studio? Bankruptcy would be my guess, with this kind of like creative genius behind it. I mean, again, such a rich, incredible world. They should have started with a great Doctor Who writer, right? That's really where you start, with a great Doctor Who writer, or somebody just understands it. You know who would have been great? Okay, Dan Abnett, if that's how you pronounce the name. No, I mean, he's an okay comic book writer. He did the script for Alien Isolation, which is hands down the best, one of the best video games I've ever played, and the best tie-in. It's absolutely fantastic. You spend most of the time like hiding in a locker, so hoping the alien doesn't get you. And when he does get you, it's terrifying. And they made a VR version of that too, which I think would be absolutely terrifying. Dan Abnett, you should have started with him. He wrote the comic. Yeah, he actually understands the series, right? And they say, we want this, and this, and this. Start with that. Start with him, and then you probably could have gone back. You probably could have done a lot better. Alien Isolation, great plot, right? Really good story. This looks like it's going to be garbage. What does the future hold for the series and the studio? Has the BBC asked you to think about any other iconic series? Really? What, they're going to do like what, a Master Chef? Come on, I don't know. What is really interesting to us as studio is we really like these stories and their rich world. We can see one day being able to put people in these wish fulfillment moments is going to be a very real-time experience. We are trying to think just now how to play that out. I told you how, okay? We have big ambitions of taking these beloved worlds and placing people in them, as well as thinking of how we will interact within them moment to moment. We're working towards Peaky Blinders, The King's Ransom next year. Again, it'll be a very rich show. I suppose we're trying to build on as a studio. Is that the end of this? Oh no, still good more. Okay, yeah, is this a lot? Yeah, this is the last question. If licensing wasn't an issue and you could create a game based on any show, what would it be? Okay, that's a quite an interesting question. It's a bit of a tease, but I think we have. We may have one of those projects coming out soon. For me, it's a dream title, so watch this space. Sorry to be a bit hammy, but I honestly think that, God, everything is PR garbage. Like really, not one word of truth in this entire article. So let's see how the game went down. Let's see how the review was. Lost in Time, Doctor Who, Edge of Reality, sets its sights on epic but ends up being mediocre. Yes! Not surprised at all. I am not surprised in any way, shape, or form. It ends up being mediocre. Let's see what it's going to say. We all love a bit of Doctor Who. Well, I did, apart from not the thing I'm looking at. From the epic, from the adventures to scary, from adventures to scary creatures, the show makes some great Saturday night viewing. It's on Sundays ever since Chibnall showed his ugly head, right? Okay. The legendary Time Lord has made the jump to gaming thanks to UK developer Maze Theory, and their portfolio has some really interesting Who titles using VR and mobile tech. Doctor Who Edge of Reality takes them on a more traditional look at things. I wonder what the less traditional look at things is. If you've ever played Maze Theory games before, I haven't, you may get a feeling of deja vu. Oh, so they're just reusing stuff. Okay, what a shock. Make a feeling because the core of the game is a respec of the first Doctor Who title, The Edge of Time. Exactly. Yeah, this is a cash grab. They've put David Tennant in to see if they can make back any of the money, which they clearly lost on this. The Edge of Time, which is a VR game, in which you see a chaos verse. Oh god, that's it's actually somewhat better than Chibnall's naming of planets. The planet Time. Oh no, the chaos verse. I always wondered what it'll feel like. What's that, Jodie? The end of the universe. I wonder if they put that in. If I went to Jodie Whittaker's £220 signing, rather than have her reenact the "Have I the Right" speech, I'll just have her do that on a loop. That's one of the greatest moments of Doctor Who for me. That just makes me laugh every time. The end of the universe. Why would you wonder how it will feel like? Really? Who sits around going, I wonder what the end of the universe would feel like? I've always wondered that. No one, ever. Okay, fine, back to the game. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Anyways, even take a more traditional look at things. If you're okay, so the reason a chaos verse where reality is surrounded by a series of time-breaking glitches. Oh wow, what bollocks! Okay. Oh, we got time breaking up again. Oh no, it's basically an excuse to put all the crap together that you want. It's so uninventive. It's so boring, right? It's so freaking boring. Where yeah, you must help the Doctor to set things right in the nick of time. Well, if it's the Jodie Doctor, we're all going to die. As we saw in Doctor Who Flux, where most of the universe was destroyed because we were being protected by Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. But there's far from a straight port. There's more of a reimagining. There are some extra content and adds a great deal because there's a new storyline that brings David Tennant's Doctor into the mix. Yeah, again, I think they're trying to shoehorn him in because they can't sell this crap any other way. However, no Doctor Who tale will be complete without a few iconic monsters. Yeah, Edge of Reality that doesn't disappoint. You get the face of Daleks against likes of Daleks, Weeping Angels, and Cybermen. Oh, I mean, you went through a spreadsheet and you saw what was the most popular. There's no organic. What am I thinking of? There's no organic coming up with story, right? No, there's none of that. But there's also a new threat. The terrifying Cyber Reaper. That's not a new threat, okay? A new type of Cyberman isn't a new threat. You're dropped straight into things with a little guidance about what's going on, and it does jar a bit. Oh, you mean it's badly designed? And it doesn't tell you how to play the game. It's summed up as a mix between a walking sim and an escape room. You have to explore various areas and solve challenging puzzles. Not interesting. It's a bit rough at times. Yes, it's been updated, but there's still various issues and physics-based problems that force unwanted restart in sections. This is not so. So other than being a bad story, that's reusing stuff they've done before cheaply. It also doesn't work. Okay, so that's not really the biggest approbation, is it? Things look okay. There's an interesting art style that could be credited to the VR roots. The audio and soundtrack keeps the series Phil, which while Jodie Whittaker and Tennant put in good shift to help sell the tale, I don't believe Jodie Whittaker puts in a good shift to sell anything. Doctor Who, Edge of Reality is a mixed bag. It pays respects to its source. Well, it can't do. Because again, it can't pay respect to its source if its source is something that's not paying respect to its source, right? And its fans. Equally there, right? The source hates its fans. Absolutely openly hates its fans. So it's not really respecting them. But it's flat, bland, and lifeless. Oh, you mean it's made by corporate drones who have no spark of humanity within them? Oh, what a shock! Who'd have thought that's the way it'll come out? If you're a Whovian, you'll get the most for it. I am a Whovian, and I'm not going to buy this crap. But casual fans may be lost in time. Well, it's only £20. Okay, so bloody hell, that's really bad, isn't it? That's really bad. Yeah, listen, look, Jodie Whittaker with that face, kiss of death. It's a kiss of death to pretty much everything, everything Doctor Who related. Quite shocking. Quite shocking. So, I haven't played this game, but I'm going to give you my review. It's not a recommend. It doesn't sound like it's a recommend. I would avoid this, especially if you like any of the following. Doctor Who, gaming, and virtual reality. If you like any of those things, this game may not be for you. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.